Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I wanted to share another review roundup video with you. So this is a series that I started on my channel last month where I review 5 to 10 products that I've been trying out recently and share my thoughts on them, kind of share an in-depth review. This time I'm also going to be inserting demos of most of the products, at least the ones where it makes sense to. I've got kind of a mix of skincare and makeup this time, and everything is drugstore this time, so that's kind of exciting. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first product that I wanted to review is the e.l.f. Illuminating Eye Cream. This is a $10 eye cream. It comes with 0.49 fluid ounces of product, so about half an ounce. And it comes in a jar packaging, which isn't my favorite, but I'm willing to overlook that if it's a good product. So they claim that this helps hydrate and minimize the appearance of dark circles and puffiness for glowing, healthy looking skin. So it doesn't really say anything about reducing fine lines or wrinkles or anti-aging or anything like that. I have tested this both as a nighttime eye cream and as an eye cream underneath makeup. I'm wearing it underneath my makeup today. It's just kind of a nice lightweight moisturizer. It's not too thick, so it's not going to mess with makeup. If you do choose to wear it under makeup, it can be really nice for, especially if you have dry skin under your eyes. I really like the feel of this. It feels very cooling and refreshing under my eyes, so for that reason I almost like it a little bit more for a morning eye cream, but I also have been using it at night and that's fine too. I really like that kind of refreshing feeling. I haven't found that it actually diminishes the look of my dark circles, but I haven't found anything that does that. I don't really even think that it's possible for a product to do that, but just so you know, I haven't seen it actually lessening the appearance of dark circles. Maybe a little bit, maybe it helps a little bit with puffiness because of that cooling feeling, but nothing really that revolutionary. And I definitely haven't noticed it helping any of my fine lines under my eyes, but I don't think it really claims to be like an anti-aging eye cream. It's more just like a lightweight under eye moisturizer. I have heard some people say that this burned their under eyes. I haven't had that problem, but maybe if you have sensitive eyes, you might want to use caution and maybe like test just a small amount at first to see if it's gonna bother you. But that hasn't been a problem for me. So it does give a little bit of like a dewy finish to the under eyes, which can be really nice, especially if you're going over the top of that with makeup. It just kind of adds a nice bit of just nice hydration to the under eyes. So I really do like this product. I wouldn't say that this is for you if you're looking for a really heavy duty like anti-wrinkle eye cream, that this is just not that kind of a product. But if you're just looking for a lightweight under eye moisturizer that feels kind of refreshing, it's only $10, which is pretty good for an eye cream, so I would say go for it. Even though I don't like the jar style packaging, I do think it looks really pretty with the kind of frosted like mint green color. It's not glass, it is kind of like a hard plastic, but it looks kind of fancier than it actually is. Okay, let's talk about a makeup product now. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Face Primer. I've had this for such a long time and it's taken me so long to really figure out my thoughts on it. So this basically claims it's a lightweight formula infused with vitamin E and smooth skin for even makeup application. It doesn't really say anything about the dewiness, but this is a very dewy primer. Once you apply it to your skin, you definitely have like a sheen to your skin. But once you put foundation over the top of that, you don't see that sheen as much because it's being covered up by whatever foundation you're wearing. So depending on how full coverage your foundation is, it's gonna show through at varying levels, kind of depending on that. So I'm wearing it underneath the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation today, and I didn't set my face with any powder, except for in the under eyes. I didn't set the rest of my face with powder, and I didn't use any kind of setting spray. So you're just seeing the foundation and this underneath, and then I am wearing a highlighter on my nose and my cheekbones, and I'm actually about to talk about that highlighter in a second in this video, but you know, on my forehead you can kind of see how much it's showing through, which is not very much. It definitely doesn't pack too much of a punch, honestly, once your foundation is on. I wouldn't call this a hydrating primer, it's more just a luminous primer. So this isn't one of those primers like the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Primer that's gonna act as a moisturizer in addition to being a primer. This is more just like a luminizing product. You could almost honestly use this as a liquid highlighter too if you wanted to, because it has a very pearly sheen. And once I am done rubbing it into my skin with my fingers, I look back at my fingers and I can see like a little bit of a pearlescent sheen. I keep saying sheen, but that's what it is. So I feel like, you know, it is nice. It adds like just a little bit of luminosity to your skin once your foundation is on. and I think it's a nice primer. I haven't noticed it breaking me out. It's definitely not one of those primers that's going to extend the wear time of your foundation, but that's not really what it's meant to do. As far as the claim that it smooths skin for even makeup application, I feel like it might do that a little bit. Yeah, I feel like my foundation looks pretty smooth, but it's nothing like earth-shattering. Oh, and this comes with 0.84 fluid ounces, so it's not quite a full ounce, and it retails for $4.99. So I feel like they really could have made this a full ounce, and that would have been the nice thing to do. But I still think it's, you know, a good thing to try if you're in the market for a nice like luminous primer. Just don't expect it to be like a moisturizer. So now I wanted to talk about these e.l.f. Monochromatic Multi-Sticks. So these are cream multitasking sticks. So when I first got these, I thought that I was getting a blush and a bronzer. I got the shades Glistening Peach and Radiant Bronze, and I didn't look online at the description of these products. These are the only two colors they had at the store, and so I just assumed, oh, one is a blush and one is a bronzer. But it turns out that these are actually meant to be, they're mostly just meant to be blushes, but you can also use them as a lip product, as an eyeshadow, according to their website. I haven't really tried these for anything other than cheek products. Actually, at first I tried to use the shade Radiant Bronze as a bronzer, and it's very shimmery, first of all, and very red toned, so it looked kind of crazy as a bronzer. Then I learned that it's really supposed to be a blush, and I actually think it's really pretty as like a bronzy blush. I find the best way to apply these onto my cheeks is by using a brush, and I tap the brush directly onto the stick, and then I apply it to my skin. I've tried drawing it directly onto my face and then blending it in, but they're kind of stubborn that way. They're kind of hard to blend in, so I prefer to just go in with my brush and tap it on. So I'm actually wearing the shade Radiant Bronze on the outer part of my cheek, kind of the upper part, and then I'm wearing Glistening Peach more on the apples of my cheeks, and I feel like usually I would just wear one at a time, but I kind of wanted to show you both in the demo, so that's what I did. I really like that my cheeks look very like shimmery and just juicy, but that's what's on my cheeks. I really like these, but I do think that what this is they basically repackaged what used to be their, I forgot what it was called, but they used to have a stick like this that was $1, but it was like a white color. And I know I used to have the shade Pink Lemonade of that, and it used to be $1. Now these are retailing for $4. And I mean, look at how much product you get. Not a lot of product. So they pretty much repackaged it, renamed it, and quadrupled the price. So I'm pretty positive it's the same product, because I remember that other product being kind of like a multitasking cheek lip product like this. So either way, I know $4 still isn't that much in the scheme of things. So if you are in the market for a nice kind of inexpensive cream stick product like this, it is nice. I do enjoy having them. I think they're pretty. That's all I have to say about that. And then while we're on the topic of e.l.f., I also wanted to review their, I think this is called their Liquid Illuminator. They don't put the name on here for some reason. Basically, it's just a liquid highlighter in a squeeze tube. I believe it only comes in one shade, kind of a pearly champagne shade, very classic highlighter color. A couple things about this. One, it does sometimes separate, and when you squeeze it out at first, just like a straight up oil will come out, so that's kind of gross. I usually have to like shake it a little bit, squeeze it around, and then squeeze it out, and I don't really have a problem, but that can be kind of annoying. It's kind of a combination of dewy and shimmery, but it really can pack a punch depending on how much you put on. I have this on today. I applied it just with my finger, and I applied a pretty light amount of it, but it's definitely showing up pretty strong. I wouldn't say it's very glittery, and I feel like the effect it gives is just kind of like a dewy sheen. Really pretty. I really do like it. Because it has kind of an oily base though, I don't know if you'd want to wear this on a day where you want your makeup to last a long time. It might just be better on those days where you're wearing maybe a light coverage base or no base at all, really. Like if you're just doing very minimal makeup, it can be really pretty for that. I mean, it can work with a full face of makeup and like a medium coverage foundation too, but if you're going for like a full day of wear, this might not be the right product to wear for a highlighter that day. If you have oily skin also, you might not like this because it, like I said, it's just kind of, it has kind of a greasy texture. But I don't feel like, if I'm careful about applying it, I don't feel like it really messes with whatever I have under it. But I kind of have to like tap. Today I applied it with my finger. Sometimes I use a sponge. I definitely have to be kind of careful and like tap instead of like rub to blend it in because it can kind of lift up whatever's underneath if you're not careful. But I do think it's a nice product, very inexpensive. I feel like this little tube will last a long time because you really don't need much of it at a time to get like a pretty solid effect. So I think it's nice. Probably not for everyone. The separating stuff is kind of annoying, but I do think that it's a nice drugstore liquid highlighter if it sounds like it's up your alley. I have this Yes To Argan Lip Oil that I wanted to share my thoughts on. This is something that I picked up at my local grocery outlet, which is just like it's exactly what it is, a grocery outlet, but they have a lot of actually cruelty-free like body care brands and makeup. They have sometimes like e.l.f. stuff. They have a lot of like Yes To skincare, and they had this for just $1.99 one time, and so I decided to pick it up because I thought, why not try it? It sounded really nice. The only other lip oil I've ever tried was the one from Ulta Beauty, and that one I really liked, but that's the only one that I can really compare this to. The only thing I don't really know what else to say about this other than I really don't like it. It's definitely more of a true oil, but it does have a little thickness to it. But the Ulta one was more almost like a gloss, and it would kind of stick around on the lips for a long time, whereas this one definitely does sink in a little bit more quickly because it is more of a true oil. I don't like the taste of this. It has one of those like lip product tastes that kind of sticks around in your throat and makes it itch a little bit. I don't know, sometimes products will do that to me. This is one of those. It just, I don't know. And the other thing is I don't really feel like it moisturizes my lips. I almost feel like it actually dries my lips out. And so I just don't like it. I really wanted to like it. It sounded really nice, but not a fan. Just a couple more products, and both of these are skincare products from Derma E. So one of them is this Anti-Wrinkle Renewal Cream. This is also in a jar style container, which once again I'm not a fan of, but as I'm trying to experiment with more drugstore skincare, sometimes this kind of packaging is just inevitable. But this actually got on sale for like $7.50 at Fred Meyer, but I think it usually retails for maybe $15 to $20, so it's certainly not cheap, even though Derma E I guess I would kind of consider it a drugstore brand because it's sold at drugstores, and it's not as expensive as like Paula's Choice or not nearly as expensive as some more high-end skincare brands. So I love that Derma E is cruelty-free, and they're also a completely vegan brand. I think that's awesome. But this is a rich, high-potency vitamin A cream that visibly refines to help diminish the appearance of fine lines, leaving your skin looking softer, smoother, and more supple. That's the claims. I have been using this for probably a month or two now, and I do really like it as just a moisturizer. It's definitely got like a thickness to it, so I really can tell that it's moisturizing my skin, but once it's kind of set into the skin, it doesn't look greasy or anything. So I do think that this could actually work really well under makeup. I haven't tried it under makeup because I pretty much only wear SPF moisturizers during the day, but I do really like it at night. And as far as the anti-wrinkle stuff, I mean, I haven't really been using it long enough to be able to tell if it's actually reversing any of my fine lines. I do have some kind of smile lines, some fine lines on my forehead. I don't have any like deep set wrinkles. I'm only 24, so I don't know how it would work for someone with much more mature skin, but for me, I really haven't noticed any dramatic changes in my skin, but I think it's a really nice moisturizer nonetheless. I guess it's a retinol moisturizer. I'm like not 100% sure, but it does have, what is it? Retinol palmitate, so vitamin A, which that is retinol, right? Am I on the right track here? But I don't know, I like it. I think it's worth a try, and Derma E has been a little hit or miss for me, which you'll hear more about in a second with the next product I'm going to talk about from them. But this is one of the products from them that I have actually really enjoyed. Just wish it wasn't in this style of packaging, but otherwise it is really nice. Okay, the last Derma E product is a major disappointment. This is the Derma E Sun Defense Mineral Oil-Free Sunscreen with SPF 30. A lot of people recommended this to me. It seemed like a lot of people liked it, so I had really high hopes because I have been looking for a daytime moisturizer with SPF that doesn't cost more than $30. This one was like $15 or $16 for me. I bought it on Vitacost. I think it's a little more than that at full price, but this is really bad. This, like, first, when I first blend it into my skin, it looks great. I'm like, yes, this is wonderful. It's not overly greasy, but it's not like too matte either. But once I'm done rubbing it in, it like, or after I've rubbed it in for a little while, it starts kind of pilling up. And even if it doesn't pill up right away, throughout the day I'll look at my skin and there will be like white flakes on my skin. It is not a good look. And I haven't even tried to wear this under makeup because honestly I'm afraid to. I have only worn it on its own on no makeup days, and it's just, the pilling is just terrible. It'll just start like flaking off on my chin. I took a picture of it so you'll see kind of what I'm talking about, but it's just not a good look. I don't think I could wear this out of the house, honestly. I can't recommend it, unfortunately. I really wanted this to be like the SPF that I would use forever because it's a good price. It's, you know, it's from a great brand. It's got SPF 30, which is like kind of the minimum that I'm looking for, but SPF 30 is pretty good. It's bad. I don't know if I just got, I hope I didn't just get a bad one, but this one doesn't expire until June 2020, so it's not expired. I don't know, has anyone else had that experience with this? Or maybe I just got a dud, I don't know, but it's no good. So I think that's everything that I wanted to review in this video. I hope you found it helpful. You know, none of these are really like new products or new releases, but they're just things that are new to me that I've been trying over the course of the past like month or two, some of them even longer because it just takes me a long time to figure out a product sometimes. But I hope that this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, definitely make sure you subscribe to my channel. I plan on doing these videos probably once a month, just to kind of catch you up on my thoughts on all the new products that I'm trying. But anyway, if you did enjoy, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.